Hi, welcome to the Pursuit of the Truth. It is the 51st edition and it is the 3rd of May 2018. I was just watching Beyond the Imaginary Curve, where they were talking about mathematics, and then they were also talking about, this morning, there was three people, including Darren Nesbitt, who were on this morning talking about the flat earth, with Philip Schofield and Holly Willoughby, I think it is. And first of all, I want to say, if watch Beyond the Imaginary Curves. It was on yesterday, so it was the 2nd of May. It was Thursday. If you watched Wednesday, sorry, it's Thursday today. Yeah, if you go and watch that, you'll see the bit about maths that Gav does. It's very interesting, and it shows you how about sophistry and maths, and about how it isn't exact. Anyone who knows about maths, a lot of it is not exact. It's not an exact science, and it can be manipulated like anything, like with numbers and statistics, etc. Can be manipulated. There's a lot of assumptions in it. So it's, a lot of it is quite extensive, but it's really worth listening to, because then you understand how it's easy to manipulate and to make appear things that aren't true seem real. Well, that sentence looked like it was going to come out badly, but it came out eventually. So yeah, but also the interesting thing was the analysis of this morning, which yeah, the three people, they didn't come off very well. They didn't sell Flat Earth that convincingly. The problem is, well, there are many problems. So the first problem is this morning. I mean, have you ever watched This Morning? They don't take anything seriously. They have people talking about their huge boobs, or walking around in their underwear. You search YouTube, you'll find these things. They're not a serious program to be debating something as important as flat Earth and conspiracy, if you want to call it that word. They're never going to take it seriously. They're just going to ridicule you no matter what. And this is what they did. And it's disappointing to see that they didn't take it seriously, considering the manner in which the people that they were talking to were taking it seriously. But you're not going to get like high politics on This Morning. Come on, it's lowbrow. It's very lowbrow. It's ITV. So I don't know what they're expecting going on that kind of program. The result was always going to be ridicule. So I would I don't, and that's part of the problem. I think Subtle Infinity, his YouTube site, mentions this as well, about if you're looking for answers from the people that are actually causing the problem, you're never going to get them. And as part, I have this problem as well. That with authority, we're brought up believing authority, and I know that if they're on BBC, they suddenly said the world is flat, I think, yes, at last they believe it, and now I can go around telling everyone that I believed it as well, and yeah, it's been confirmed. But wait a minute, they're the same people that were part of the lie, whether they were implicit or not, in the first hand. Like if NASA suddenly decided to tell you that the world is flat, everyone would believe them then, and no one would forget, wait a minute, they were lying just a minute ago. So you're never going to get, you can't go, it's like going to a criminal, and asking him to do something for you when he tried to kill you before. He's not going to do it. And that doesn't negate that he was a criminal before. So us adhering to the powers, the scientists, those people that are selling us these lies, one day they will adopt it. When they know if it is true what we're saying, they will adopt it. And maybe that's why we're getting all this flat earth stuff on national television these days, because the game is up, and they will adopt it, and then we'll all believe, we live on a flat earth, and someone lied, but it wasn't those, and we can trust everyone again, and we can carry on with our day-to-day lives, giving our lives away. because that's really what they want. They don't care about flat earth, round earth, all that kind of stuff. All they care about is money. All they care about is us working for them. All they care about is us giving up our lives so that they can keep being rich and sitting on their thrones. So one day they will change their mind and adopt whatever. It happens. It happens throughout history. We can see that. The other thing that presenters do on these programs is they tend to flood you with lots of tangents, and that puts when it happens in politics as well, and it leaves you with not having a concrete answer. So they will talk about, they were talking about, they started off talking about the water being level. They should have kept on that, and they should have controlled the interview, which is difficult because it's intimidating being in front of two personalities in their studio. The problem is you're never going to get a fair thing in someone else's studio. If you want to talk about flat earth, it should be a where you can just give your monologue and you control I was going to say debate, but no one likes that word, but you control what's happening. Because the thing is, they will ask you like questions like, oh, okay, how come we haven't fallen off the edge? Oh, goodness, well, wait a minute, you do know, like a flat thing, yeah, you fall off the edge. That's because of the drawings you've seen before. Wait a minute, just imagine a ball now, yeah, a ball in your head. Yeah, and imagine slipping off that. You're more likely to slip off a ball than a flat edge, than a flat plane, isn't it? Come on. It's a nonsensical argument. Doesn't make any sense. It's just stupid. What keeps you from slipping off a ball? Well, that same presence could be what keeps you not slipping off a flat plane. And anyway, we don't know what's around. There could be like, even on, because things like we're picturing one thing versus another. That's a big problem doing that, because you're assuming that whatever you're talking about before is true and what you're talking about now is a lie. The things we don't know what we're on, we shouldn't assume that anything that we've been told is right. All we can really should be looking at is what we can actually see ourselves. It's like they try to say, well, what about all these pictures? What about this, that and the other? Are you calling me a liar? I've seen the curve. People can think they've seen things and haven't, but the problem is because they list out things, it confuses people and they end up not getting the facts because they have to answer this question and some of the questions, there are questions you can't even possibly answer, and it's just conjecture and subjective. And it's like at the end they give a poll, our viewers say, and 80% don't believe in flat earth or whatever, just to stamp home this is no one listening to this should possibly consider this. I think they made a big mistake going on a program like This Morning. I don't think there's any TV channel that you could really go on and expect to be treated seriously unless you are making the program yourself. That's why on YouTube it's a much better environment, because you're controlling it. You can say everything and then get your point across without the ridicule, without having to go into areas that are leading you in the wrong direction that you can't prove. Anyway, I thought I'd talk about that. It was very interesting. Yeah, if you want to catch the Beyond the Imaginary Curve, it was yesterday. It's on YouTube with Dal and Gav, and it was a very informative program with the maths and with the analysis of This Morning. Okay, take care, take it easy, God bless, and peace.